Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel. This is December 7th, 2021. This is kind of my aftermarket recap. I'm actually doing this from a hotel room, so I have no camera, nothing right now turned on, but I'm traveling today for work. But I do want to show you what happened this morning for me and yesterday, Monday. I tried recording both of these live as they were happening, and the recording just came out really blurred. My OBS software, I didn't have the right setting on it, and just it didn't look very good. So giving you this sort of after the fact. I hate that it's after the fact because I always think to myself when I see this from somebody else, sure, this was live. Sure, you really did this. Yada, yada, yada. Faker, you're trading the demo account. Trade on the hard right edge. Why don't you? Um, you have to take my word for it on this one. I hope you do. I did trade this live. I did actually make ticks on this. I made 81 ticks on Monday. I did around 35 ticks this morning. Not as much, but they were both really quick trades, real fast trades. So it was worth it. So I hope you get a little bit out of this video. So let me get into it. What I have here is a 5-minute chart for the micro S&P futures contract December 2021. I trade this on the 5-minute chart. You can trade this on probably multiple time frames. This setup, for me, this just works. I learned this 5-minute range trade, in particularly on the S&P, and then I adapted it to the Nasdaq futures on my own. But I learned it about 5 to 7 years ago. I was sitting in a trading room, and this guy was teaching on the opening range. And I got a lot out of it. I ended up not doing anything. It was a paid subscription, but it always stuck with me what he was teaching about the opening range. And if anybody's listening to this and you know the guy I'm referencing, throw the comment in the chat. I'd love to give him credit for it because it's a great program. It's a great idea. I don't trade it exactly like he was teaching it, but it's a great setup nonetheless, and it works a high percentage of the time. It's just a great plan. Now you have to, when you're trading this, you have to be disciplined. You have to take, you know, most of the trades, number one. And number two, you've got to make sure you set stops and limits and you really don't overtrade this. You get two chances. You get a buy and a sell. If both of them fail, you're done. You don't chase this. There's no going back. It just throws the percentages way off. So let me get into it. Here's the basic setup. You've got this 5-minute candle that's right here. This is the 9:30 candle when the market opened. It traded up for a bit and then it traded way down at close. So it produces this 5-minute opening range. Now you got to be quick about this. I'm doing this after the fact, so you've got to be on your toes because this can happen really, really fast, and you got to be on it. But so it's a little. Let me just show you how to set this up. You draw up this range however you want to. I happen to use the region highlight tool in NinjaTrader. You could do whatever you want. You could use lines. You could just mentally make a note of it. You don't have to draw it. I draw it out here so I can see where it's at. I also mark up this midpoint. This is the 50% of the opening range. So if I click on this, I got this line. It sits right in the middle. I'll come back to that line in a minute and talk a little bit about how that works. But in a perfect world, all you're looking for on this trade is a break down out of this range or a break up. That's it. When it breaks up or down, you're looking for 100% extension. So if it breaks down, I'm going to look for a target. Let me pull this down here if I can get my mouse to work. I'm going to look for a target down at around 45.29-ish. You know, I usually pull it to a former support line, so it may not be exactly the 100% extension, maybe just shy of it. I don't like to get too greedy again. And if it goes up, right, we're looking at the same thing. We're looking at an extension up here, 100%, somewhere up in the neighborhood of 45.90, right, in a perfect world. Now, this trade on Monday is a slightly different in my plan. And again, this just comes from my experience of doing this. You may opt to do a different version of this on your own. This works for me, and I'm going to do this live with you guys so you can see it happen in real time. But if you just watch it, you'll see what it does. What I don't like about this particular setup is that it's an 80 tick range. See, it's 81 ticks. That's kind of big for a 5-minute candle on this S&P. I like it to be around 30 to 50, 40 ticks, somewhere around there is really nice because, if you lose 40 ticks, no big deal. It's not going to bankrupt you. Neither is 80 if you're trading with the right, margin settings and you're not overly leveraged, you're going to be just fine. But nonetheless, I would rather lose 30 or 40 ticks than 80 or 100 ticks. So anytime I see a big range like this, what I'm looking for, if the candle breaks down like it does right here on this initial candle, I'm not going to take a sell right here. Um, I'm going to wait for some sort of pullback and then assess if and then I'm going to look for a breakdown. So even if it spikes out, if it hops back up in here, I'm really looking for it to hop in here and then break out because now I know it's retraced a little bit. The move is not, they're not fidgety about the move. They definitely want to take it down, right? And likewise, if it goes up, I don't need a pullback because this big candle is the pullback and now it's ready to shoot north, right? So you kind of got to watch it. Comes with a little bit of experience. Stick with me. I'll do this over and over and over and over again. And you guys, if you have questions, you just let me know and I'll answer them for you. So what happens? We take this forward. You can see, boom, I got the breakout, but I don't have the trade in yet. You'll see my trade pop up right here in just a minute. I wait on this because again, I don't like that this candle is this range is this big. So I'm waiting for a pullback and sure enough, I get it. On the next candle, it shoots way up here, but it shoots above that 50 line. So it's telling me with this big candle here that there's a lot of strength in this move back up. So again, I don't want to blindly sell at the 50 thinking, oh, it's going to go down. I want confirmation that it's going to break out of this range and then really be able to extend. So I wait. I get a red candle. Not much happening. I do get another little high. It's not a higher high than the breakout, but it's a higher high here. I get another candle right here. Now this one's a little bit of a mixed candle, right? It's got the lower high, it's got the lower low, it's a lower close. You're thinking, okay, potentially it's going to break lower. So I get ready with a stop, a sell stop right here. I got a buy stop sitting up here at 62 in case it breaks above that 50% range. I'm ready to go ahead. I'm just going to get in with any sign of strength. So it pops back up there, and look, I'm in right there at 62. Now I'm in for the ride. Now notice in a traditional world, remember, I'm looking for a break here to go extend up here. But because I'm already in at 62, I'm getting in at premium. I'm in below the market where I would normally want to get in on this. I'm not going to worry about extending this all the way up. I'm going to take this 80 tick run here and I'm going to get out somewhere in this 60, 83, 82 area because that's going to get me right where I need to be to get my 80 tick goal. I don't need to stretch away up here. It's not worth the extra risk. For 30 extra ticks would be great, but I don't need that. I only planned on making 80, so I'm fine with making 80. So let's fast forward. Boom, I get a red candle. We get a green candle. We still didn't break lower, so I'm good here. Look at that breakout. Boom. And in one candle, it stretches clear up here, gets me out at my 82 line. I get my quick 80 ticks, and I'm done. Now, you could have hung around here, and this gets the 100% extension, right? You'll notice that it's going to tag 45.90 right there. So you got to wait on it till about 12:30 to get that number, but if you wanted to wait on it, you certainly could have. This happens nearly every day. Some days you get stopped out in both directions, which is unfortunate, but that's part of trading. You don't have a winning day every single day. But you can have a lot of very good days doing this one simple trade. But here's the catch. You only get 2 shots at it. If you get in here, like if you would have blindly sold here without waiting, without the experience, you're going to have a loser, an 80 tick loser. Then you're going to get in here. You're going to have an 80 tick winner. You're going to wash out. Not a bad day. But with experience and your technique and your trading plan, right? Like I have my own, you'll have your own. You'll be able to take advantage of moves like this to take a day that would have normally been a break-even day, turn it into a positive day. Okay, let's fast forward to today because I don't want the video to be terribly long for you guys. Let's look at Tuesday. Here's December 7th. This was a great setup this morning. It was perfect. It was textbook. Let me come back over here. I already got my line drawn up. There's the opening candle right there, 935. Now this one, if you look at it, it's only a 40 tick trade. So it's perfect. It's right in the wheelhouse. I drew a little short. It's 40 ticks from there to there. All I'm looking for is a breakout here, breakout there. I don't need a retracement. I don't care. I'm going to take it because there's not a whole lot going on. It's just kind of sitting there flat. Any breakout's good for me. I get it right there. Boom. I get this top breakout. I'm in it. You can see there's my buy order. It triggered the trade. It did go underwater about 18, 20 ticks at one point. Not a problem because there it is. Two candles later, by 9:50, I'm out of this booger, and I've got my 40 ticks. I think I closed this one out around 37 ticks on this one. So good trade, fast trade. I'll take 37 ticks in 20 minutes all day long, every day, every single day. I don't need 150, 200 ticks to make it. You don't need it either. You need a solid plan. You need a disciplined approach, and you can do this while you're holding down a job. You don't got to quit your career. You can get your day trading skills underway and build them over an extended time, and then you can build your own business. Thanks for watching. More to come, and we'll see you guys soon.